Shall we get started?
Yes!
I'm sorry, did you say yes?
Yeah!
Okay, just making sure. I go by SCXCR online. I sometimes read and write creepypastas. Was anybody here at the panel last year? Oh dear God, why? I also do a video series called Fearless, which is me playing bad Steam horror games, and then... Actually, that's all I really need to say.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Now, before I get started, there's something important I have to do. I would like you to... There's a clipboard and some paper here, if you would take this, please. We're going to do a one-sentence creepypasta story. Every person, take that, write one sentence, pass it to the person next to you. If you run out of people, just get it back to the first person, keep writing, we'll read it at the end of the panel. So try to make it spoopy.
Spoopiness!
I swear to God, if it's nothing but original character do not steals.
It's the scariest thing on the internet.
So I'm going to start off with 3 rules of writing good creepypasta. Number 1, don't write about Slender Man, or Jeff the Killer, or Ben Drown, or any other character like that, and that includes making Jeff the Killer spinoffs that are blank the blank. 2, make sense. 3, learn to spiel. That reminds me, I'm going to pronounce spelling mistakes however the hell I please. Also, caps lock is always yelling. Now, I want to make sure that we weed out anybody who isn't prepared for some of the things that are to come, so I'm just going to read one line of one story that we aren't going to go further into. I need to finally tell/warn you all about this Skyrim mod, simply called Skyrim Yif mod. Nobody left. Good! We're off to a good start. So let's get right into our first story. Usually I ease you into the confusing ones. This time we're just going straight into it. This is called Slave. There I was, going to bed. All cozy and set until... goes into the story. Every time I do that, it's in parentheses. Good morning, puffers! Today we go to the carnival. Let's go! She walks and gets ready, and then she arrives at the carnival. Hey, Lenny! Hey, Maria! Go to the fortune teller! Okay, puffer, do you have a quarter? You'll ask Lenny. B. Hey, Lenny. Yes, Maria? Can I borrow a quarter? Sure thing. Okay, let's go now, puppies. Zelda. Enter quarter. Puts the quarter in. Here is your fortune. It says you will be close to live or die. Whatever, let's go home. Throws it in the trash. Zelda looks from corner of eye. They go home and go to bed. Room. Ugh. Hard sleep. Oh, where am I, puppers? No! What just happened? Good, I don't know either. That being said, I actually did bring the rules with me, so here's makes sense, damn it. This is not going well already. And you know what? I might as well rip up rule number 1 as well, because the next story is called Yoi the Homicidal Maniac. As Yoi and his parents walked inside their home after a long day at the beach, Yoi's mother said in her kind voice, Yoi, It's time to go to sleep because you have your first day at school tomorrow. The next morning, Yo-Ai woke up and got ready for his first day at Diplomat Elementary. As he got to his school, the teacher asked him his full name to the class, and he responded back by saying, Yo-Ai Enrique Munoz. Then the class introduced themselves, and one of the students was named Asia. Huh? And Yo-Ai asked her if she's Asian, and Asia took it that offensive. So, she told on him to the principal, not the usual principal as in things that you usually follow. Later that day, Yo-Ai spoke with the principal, and Yo-Ai got so mad that he grabbed him by the neck and stabbed it. What? People have really short tempers in creepypastas. Yo-Ai had that murderous feeling, and he fled the scene from the police report. And then he stumbled on his home. 3 a.m. Yo-Ai grabbed a knife from his kitchen and went to his parents' bedroom and killed them. Why? Then he went to his brother Lazarus' room and sliced him in half. Young unknown killer still at large, said the Wink News reporter. What does that mean? Wink News reporter. Or is it W-I-N-K, as in that's the news network? Whatever. Oh! I'm going to need a volunteer for this one. Wow, you were first on the draw. Can you come up here, please? What's your name? Wayne? Lane? Okay. Would you have a seat over here, please? I need you to speak into this mic. You are going to narrate, because I am lazy. Specifically, you are going to read everything that isn't in bold. So I'm going to do the dialogue for all the characters. Can you do that? Sure. Would it be easier to just take this out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. I can technology sometimes. Are you ready? Okay, this is called The Mosquito.
One day, James was walking through a field when a mosquito landed on his arm and started to suck his blood. James got mad that his blood was being stolen by a mosquito, so he killed it. The mosquito's family got mad and flew out of their lair and attacked James. James screamed and ran home. But the mosquitoes chased him. James ran inside to his room and saw his sister playing with his toys. He got mad and started to yell at her when the mosquitoes broke through the window and ate his sister alive. James cheered but remembered that mosquitoes were after him and screamed, running downstairs. His mom came up to crying James.
Mosquitoes are chasing me!
He cried.
No mosquitoes will hurt my son!
The mom screamed, turning.
Hold on. Take your time. This is important.
The mom screamed. The mom screamed, turning into the...
Turning into the what? You can do it.
Invincible Hulk.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Turned into the Invincible Hulk and punched the mosquitoes. They started to cry and they ate the mom alive.
Mommy!
James cried. The mosquitoes then flew over to James, but Jeff the killer entered the house with a knife.
Who ran it?
Jeff the Killer.
Okay, who wants to guess where this story is going?
They all died.
They become best friends.
Okay, let's see where it goes. I'll save you, James!
He chanted, starting to cut up the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes died, and instead of thanking Jeff the Killer, James got scared of him and shot him to death with a shotgun. James then regretted killing Jeff the Killer and got sad that he did, and shot himself, and he died.
Marvelous. Thank you so much.
I got it.
Can we get a round of applause for Lane? Okay. I need a bit of a setup for this one. I was doing a marathon of crappy Steam horror games, and in between I would read things that I found online that were just awful, scary stories. And then I found this. And I'm sorry if I start laughing, but this might be my favorite creepypasta I've ever seen. It's hard to pronounce a little, but it's called Sakura Immediately Drowned. Sakura Immediately Drowned.
I can't take that seriously.
Neither can I. That's the music. This is the story of Sakura Immediately Drowned. Ben's secret twin sister.
Oh.
What?
Until now. A pair of twins were born one day, but only for one to be forgotten. One of the twins is known as Ben Drowned, the other one as Emily Drowned, or Sakura. They lived happily with a family until their twins were 5, and then their brother was born, and their mother died. Okay, anyone want to guess where this is going?
They find Candy Mountain.
You're closer than you think. They were left going to a new school with a brand new family, but not for the better. In school, they were bullied. At home, their father abused them. Why does every original character Do Not Steal have to be abused at home and bullied in school? We're going to see this more than once. But the day came when they were 12. They went to the forest to their favorite lake, not knowing that the bullies followed. They were playing in the side of the lake when the bullies grabbed both of them and drowned them. Why do bullies just murder people in this universe? However, 8 hours later, they woke up like nothing had happened and went home only to be stopped by a spirit. The spirit was going to grant one of them a wish to be in the Legend of Zelda, but the other one was to be forgotten by the rest of the family and have a new past. Emily was the one. She was forgotten by the others, and then... I need a moment. Sorry.
You warned us.
And her name was changed to Sakura Haruno. She became a Naruto character. Truly a fate worse than death. However, she kept both names. One for her creepypasta life, and the other one for her other life. Now, she helps Ben haunt Majora's Mask, but sometimes she haunts her game, Skyward Sword. Has that been written yet? No. Naruto characters showing up in Skyward Sword? Okay, good. If it does, it'll show up here. Just remember, she's always there, watching. Oh, there is one rule that I did not mention at the top of this. In fact, there were a lot of rules I didn't mention, but one very important one. Your original character Do Not Steal is not cool, nor is it badass. Not even when you name it Commando. And that leads us to, I'm going to tear up rule number 1 again. Slender Man versus Commando. It was was a lonely night for Commando. Is 9. And he is slender. The thing is weird happened to him all the time. He thinks it is enemy, but no, just a moth. So there was a night when he was alone. He got on his computer and played Level Up. He was cold, scared, and distressed. At the same time, he wanted to play something else. He found Slender. He died. A lot! And then the moment came and he had all 8 pages. Slenderman got him and he thought there would be credits, but instead he heard a deep voice that said, I'm glad you beat my game, so I'll give you a prize tonight. So Commando looked behind him and there was a tall, thin, it wasn't Slenderman, and Slenderman let him go and then Commando ran to the pool. Slenderman teleported to him, Commando grabbed him by his suit, threw him in the pool. Slenderman was burning, melting. Commando watched him knowing it was not enough to kill Slenderman, so he blessed the pool. It was holy water. Slenderman burned and burned. He sat and watched Slenderman die. Commando saw the souls go back to their bodies and the bodies go to their homes, and Commando knew he had saved the world. But you're wondering who or where is Commando? Well, I'm Commando. You know what? If the game Slender was like that, I might actually play it. Oh, jeez. So, something people do very often in creepypastas is they'll try to like make up their own diseases or language stuff or stuff like that. And usually it just comes off as goofy. For example, this one called Dead Son Myth. You know what, I'm just going to play the same song again because I really like that one. Hello! If you're reading this, then let me warn you. This may give you nightmares for months. I captured this whole story from my grandfather in March 20th, 2005, and the story was from October 29th, 1943. So with some nightmare fuel ready, here we go. In 1943, a teenager named Jack Wasnell, or by his short version, JW, who lives in Cordova, Tennessee, which doesn't exist, got gum jelly cancer. Gum jelly cancer. That sounds like something that a hobo screams at you during a bad trip. He got it from toxic air in a building he was not supposed to go to. He was sent to the hospital from a cancer fixer into experimental human. They named him Experiment 2 and was ready. They used special machinery to eject his old DNA and implanted unknown blobby-like DNA. They named it ectoplasm, or by its real name, ectoplasm. Hold on. They took all his blood out and then shot him full of Slimer?
He slimed me.
I guess. The results caused him to disappear in 1 nanosecond. Then the doctors heard a screeching laugh. They had to check. On the hallway of the office, it went very dark, and a storm was coming. Later, they saw a ghostly shadow and a scary devil face on the hallway. The doctors got really by it. During the murder, my grandfather renamed Experiment 2 to Dead Son. Wait, if the doctors all got murdered, how is the grandfather alive? Because he is Experiment now. Before we continue with the creepypasta, I want to teach you what gum jelly cancer is. Oh dear God. GNDM acid cancer, or as its cheesy name, gum jelly cancer, is a virus caught from extremely poisonous cells that cause the lungs to turn yellow and purple. After the lungs shrink and grow a special yellowish cancer, we know. Okay, back to the story. Dead Son later haunted the hallways of the hospital, causing nightmare fuel and death. Occasionally, he would possess a couple of corpses, making zombie-like ragdoll devils to kill more patients and doctors. All the people escaped the office on October 10th, 1943. After that, a religion master and lots of carpenters shut down the hospital to get rid of the soul. But later, on the 29th, the wooden doors cracked, and now it became from a doctor's office to a haunted building. Whoever goes there, after 10 minutes, will get chased by the ghost dying in depression, and ectoplasm infection. I don't even need to say that's not real, do I? Oh, meaning the ghostly Matai rail getting all over your organs. But later, in the 50s, a patristic army group called DDC, Death Destroyer Clan. Oh, sorry, I mispronounced that. Death Destroyer Clan joined in to defeat the Ghost, which was easy with their AK-47s and others, but he would respawn every day. This is a Warcraft mob. Now, if you were a Ghost hater and a brave soldier, this would be perfect. In 1974, during the 40th Dead Sun War, one Soilder captured a photo of Dead Sun, which looks haunting and pretty much like a shadowy version of SCP-173 in the Hidden. That was the story. If I ever made another creepypasta, it will be a sequel to this one. No. No. For now, the ghostly villain still attacks ever since the recent 2005 one. Dead Sun War number 124. I'm not making that up. It actually goes up to like UFC numbers. So good night and die. Now, how many of you are familiar with a term called flash fiction? A little bit? Flash fiction. It's really, really short fiction. Like maybe 5 sentences long or so.
Oh, I've never heard that.
It's interesting to read sometimes. Well, this isn't, but actually this might be the best story we hear all night. It's called Person Outside My House. In 2013, a woman named Charlotte went missing all of a sudden. Operator. Hello, this is 911. What is your emergency? Okay, next story. That was it.
That was the story?
That's it.
I don't think I like flash fiction very much.
Oh, really? Is that so? Well, how about we move on to video game creepypastas?
Yeah.
Those are always good. And I want your input on this one, because I have 2, and I want you to choose which one we read. The Game That Kills TGTK or Cursed Minesweeper?
Cursed Minesweeper!
Cursed Minesweeper. Yeah, Cursed Minesweeper.
Cursed Minesweeper it is. I'm sorry for this music. I don't care if you do not believe me. Either if you do believe me, what I'm about to tell you is true. It happened to me. I was playing Spider Solitaire on my Windows XP computer, as I usually did at 3 in the afternoon after leaving school, and eventually lost 4 times in a row, and I decided to try a new game. Hold on. I'm sorry for doing this to you. I remembered the guy, I remembered the guy who sold me this computer for half price mentioned something that was haunted and something I didn't pay a lot of attention. I decided to open a game with a mine as an icon called Minesweeper. I had heard this game was fun to pass time and stuff like that. When I executed it, I carefully watched the game, a happy face, no charts, and 2 markers with red lights. At first I didn't know what I was doing, and I only lost and lost, and after 69 moves, I just stared and decided to mark all charts with flags. Followed by that, I pressed the happy face, and a pop-up window with the following message appeared. You shouldn't have done that. Yes, seriously. Oh, you're gonna love this next part. At first I didn't take it seriously, but then the happy face turned into a sad face, and the frame mines marker in the 666 number. The first thing I did, and I think everyone would do, was closing Minesweeper, but it instantly opened again and again. I was alone in my house, and madness started to feel in me. Don't you just hate it when things feel in you?
Well,
Oh, right, this isn't an 18+ panel, I'm sorry. I crashed my head against the screen. Whoa! Extreme reaction. Until I started to bleed, and then I kicked the CPU in a violent way. Yes? Oh, I thought you had a question. Yes, he kicks it. And I assume it's on the table, so maybe he like Liu Kang flying kicks his PC. I tried to shut down the computer. Wait, you just kicked it and broke the screen. Oh wait, it's probably just the monitor. With the button and it didn't work. At the end, I had no choice but to disconnect the computer from the cable. And out of nothing, there was a short circuit that left me in a coma for 1 week. Upon awakening, I did not plan for the old man to play while that happened. That's amazing. Upon awakening, I told my parents and the doctors, and no one believed me. Everyone called me crazy, and I tried to prove them otherwise. I led them to my room, where my computer was. I turned it on, even though I broke it. I opened the Minesweeper on my computer, and doing what I did last time, nothing happened. I only saw that damn yellow face with an evil smile that only I could see. How sad is it when the evil entity for your pasta is the Minesweeper smiling face? Just let that sink in. That little face ruined my life. I was hospitalized 2 years in a psychiatric hospital, of which I don't want to tell my experiences. Today, 2 months after leaving, I decided to turn on my computer, but just to tell you this, I don't have much time left, since Minesweeper continues in many other computers, and who knows how many others will have the curse. First thing I do after this panel is probably play Minesweeper. Although I'm not going to do it 69 times. Oh God, no. There's another rule I didn't mention. Do not put the word scary in the title of your story. It does not work. Oh my, I'm sorry, this is just a giant wall of text. This is gonna be tough to read, but it's called A Weird Phone Call, parentheses, scary but not that scary, parentheses. This happened a couple of years ago. I am 21 right now. I was 10 when wait, hold on. Oh, that 11 to 2. You know, I'm not that great at math, but
It's like a decade difference.
we're half a sentence in and wait, no. Oh, there's not a period for a while. Okay, we're like an eighth of a sentence in, I'm sorry. When I got my first phone, boy was I excited. As soon as I went to school, I asked my friend for his number. He just told me, what type of phone do you have? I said, a Samsung Galaxy XS, which I don't think was out at the time. And he said to me and whispered in my ear, oh, hell no! You're not getting my number with that type of messed up phone. I said to him, dude, WTF, why won't you give me your number? He said to me, because. So I asked, my girlfriend! Aw, shucks, I did not know I had one, XD. What her number was, and she did what my friend did, which was pretty much messed up with her being my girlfriend and all. My girlfriend, who totally exists. And when I got home, I did my homework, watched some TV, and my phone rang, and the number was, who wants to guess what the phone number is, including the area code? 666 what? 666, 666, 6666. That's too many sixes! I was scared, since I knew the devil's number was 666. But it wasn't 6666. I was scared so much, I crapped my pants. I answered it, and insane in a demonic voice, I've heard you've been a bad boy, so be aware. Caps lock, sorry. I was thinking to myself, be aware why? And that's when I went upstairs and played Minecraft for an hour. Yeah, that's the true evil here. Sorry, it's... Okay, there we are. I heard a knock on the door. I went to check it, but no one was there. So I went back upstairs, got back on my PC, But then my Skype opened by itself, and I had a new contact whose name was 666. I was freaking scared at this point. I tried to decline it, but then I heard someone out behind me say, "You can't do that, you have already accepted my one call," and then I found out I couldn't decline it, and I couldn't get myself out of Skype, so I accepted it. And he called me. As soon as I did, I answered, and all I heard was, "Look behind you," in a quiet voice. Oh, I wish I hadn't have, because when I turned around, I saw my friend, my own freaking girlfriend, both in the hands of the devil. But they were dead. And I said, "I will let you take me if you let me hang out with my girlfriend a lot while we were there." He said, "Okay." I am typing this as I am in hell, and I found out my girlfriend ain't really there. That cheapskate bastard. That's not me saying that, that's part of the story. I'm sorry, but I have to stop typing now, for it's my turn to get tortured. Wish me luck. Sincerely, Slender got no swag. Actually, I pronounced that wrong. It's sincerely, Slender got now swag.
Oh my god.
So does he have swag now, or does he not have swag? I will leave that to you to ponder for the rest of the convention. But for now, we have to get a little serious. Because we have to do a story called Charlie the Killer.
Oh god.
And are there any females in the room who would like to read for the part of Charlie the Killer? Yes, you in the back?
Yay!
Come right up here, please.
Huh? Thank you!
What's your name, by the way?
My name is Amanda.
Amanda. Okay, here is your story. All your parts are in bold text. If you need a flashlight, you can use my phone.
Let's see.
Just click the button. There you go. And now, Charlie the Killer. Jeff is nearly 18 now, and meeting Jane the Killer was a big thrill for him, as she died a tragic death from falling down the stairs. But this didn't stop his psychopathic ways. Charlie was going through a rough bullying stage at school, and was beginning to get depressed, and hear voices in her head. Oh, sorry, on her head. They were telling her to do stuff. She just put them in the back of her mind and carried on with getting shoved in lockers and beat up in the girls' bathroom. She heard the voices screaming at her, till one day she snapped and listened to the voices in her head, pulled out the copper piping from the wall. Holy shit! This is the true hope, not that guy's mom. And stabbed her bully to death and then licked the blood off the pipe. She leaned near the bully's body and whispered,
Now you know how I felt when you called me ugly and said I was too fat to be anyone who liked me and that I was a whore who should kill myself.
"What?" After she realized what she had done, ran away. She didn't feel bad about this. Actually, she was quite glad. She wanted to do it more. So Charlie went out. She killed more people just because she liked the feeling of knowing she wasn't in fear anymore. Charlie was never a mean girl. I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. She'd always just sit there and take the crap. She had beautiful eyes with brunette hair. But she started wearing really dark makeup and dyed her hair black. She'd read Jeff the Killer stories and looked further into this as Jeff was her inspiration. She went on and started doing what Jeff did. She used to say,
Don't go to sleep. I want you to feel the pain I went through.
Then she would pull out their guts and burn them in their own stomach acid. Is that what it felt like?
I don't even know.
Watching as blood would fly everywhere. Charlie became the talk of the town. One day she went on a search for Jeff the Killer. She looked everywhere, hoping that one day they'll meet. Charlie finally met Jeff. Oops. She meant Jeff. I will be voicing Jeff, by the way, and I'm going to voice this the way I think Jeff would actually voice this if you realize that this Charlie the Killer person was after him. Jeff looked at her. He didn't say a thing. His eyes, locked onto hers. He walked up to her, brushed her hair behind her ear, and kissed her on the cheek. Doesn't Jeff not have lips?
You know, from what I...
Oh, it's just like the cut thing.
Wait a minute. That's your question.
So he has really long lips then, so he like envelops her entire head when he tries to kiss her. You know what? I'm thinking about this too much. Charlie blushed and questioned Jeff.
Why do you like someone like me? I'm just a fat, ugly whore.
Jeff looked down at the floor and then looked up at Charlie again. You're the most beautiful person I've ever imagined. Not fat or ugly or a whore. Jeff spoke. I think that we should be together as I've heard a lot about you and I was fascinated. Charlie started blushing. Jeff. Sorry, I just what I thought. As Jeff grabbed her cheek and brought his lips close to hers, she pushed away. Why did you push me away? Don't be scared of me, please. Jeff said as they stood down an alley in the rain.
Jeff, you don't know what I've been through. All I do is push people away.
You know that?
That's your creepypasta superpower. Charlie whimpered as tears started streaming down her face. I will always love you, no matter what happens. Jeff said, wrapping his arms around Charlie.
I have the urge to kiss you, but I feel as though if I do that, he'll just leave me. My father left me after violently beating me and my mother. I don't want to fall in love with you, as then I'll have to trust you, and I don't want to end up killing myself like my mother.
Charlie began to explain. I will never hurt you. You're the most precious thing to me. I've been waiting to meet you since I heard about you. After being with each other for 2 years, Jeff decided it was time that Charlie and him should get married. Charlie, Jeff leant down on one knee. Will you do me the honors of becoming my wife? Jeff opened the case to see a gorgeous ring with little diamonds going around the edge.
Yes!
Charlie squealed in joy.
Yes, I will marry you!
Oh, that's good, you're following the caps lock rule. As tears of joy streamed down both of their face, they went back home. A week before the wedding, Charlie sits down at the bottom of the bed and begins to cry. What's wrong? Jeff curiously asks.
I'm pregnant!
That's very good, method acting. Charlie cries. What? Jeff said surprisingly.
I'm 13 weeks pregnant.
Breathe. It's important to breathe.
I was going to tell you before, but I didn't want to make a big fuss and then lose it.
Charlie, this is great news. Thank you so much. I think that deserves an applause. Oh, that burned most of my battery.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, how's the story progress going? Oh, we got a full page? Okay, well, let that go a little bit longer. I'll give you one more story. Remember the rule I said about not using the word scary in the title of your story? Well, we're going to read a series of scary events. Ghosts and monsters! Good start. Harry, when he was little, had a dream that he had relatives from China. His auntie and uncle and their dog, a husky that was always smiling. His uncle worked as a postman. One Halloween night, this is not going where you think it is. His uncle was on his rounds, and the dog came with him. They got to a man's house at midnight. Do mail carriers usually go that long?
No.
He put the letter through the door. The door opened. A man was there. He pulled the postman and the dog into the house. Now, what did the dog do to him? The dog is my hero in this story. There was a low scream, as if someone had been stabbed, and a noise and a howl, as if the dog had been electrocuted. That night he went missing, and so did the dog. When Harry woke up, he was sweating. He was sweating blood. 5 years later, on the exact same day, wait, what? What happened? Well, it's 5 years later now. Harry was walking around the school playground screaming, "Smile, dog!" And his face was purple. I even saw. His friend Caitlin had, every time she woke up, seen a woman dressed in black with 10 children in white clothes. Every time she sees this, she runs away and screams. Her best friend, India. Is this Italian now? We have Asia, we have India. I'm expecting America and Canada to show up. Was one day walking past a tree and got grabbed in. And she hears the same words every time. "Slender man, and you won't be hard, listen, Flavin." It doesn't actually say Flavin, I just imagine that's how it goes. And then is sleeping next to the woods an hour after. Finally, there is Daniel. He loves ghost stories. But one night he found sleeping outside, and he had glaring red eyes. Now he does not believe any of these, and every time Samane mentions a ghost story, his eyes turn red. What just happened? I know I keep asking that, but... Okay, let's wrap up that one sentence, and I'm kind of anxious to see what you guys wrote for this. In the meantime, how's your A&G been so far?
Awesome.
Good.
Has this made it better or worse?
Can we do one more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we do one more? Just make sure everyone has 3 times right.
Has anybody not written anything? Get it to that man over there.
What man?
The one who is pretending not to pay attention.
What?
If you don't want to, I'm not going to make you.
I think something to this guy.
Okay, let's just finish that one sentence, and then we'll have to wrap this up because it's okay if the story abruptly ends. It's happened several times already.
We'll make a finale for it.
I'll make up my own ending. How about that? Whatever, I write my free time. I can do this. Oh my God, how am I going to read this? No, this calls for special music. There's only one kind of special. The killings kept popping up in the newspaper, and they never led back to a killer. Always in the most disturbing ways, their ends were met. Always a screwdriver. Once one suspect was out. The doctor was so scared he shit himself. Wait, doctors capitalized. Is this Doctor Who? Oh my God. As Bugs Bunny or, oh my God, this thing is. As Bugs Bunny approached the child, he slowly chanted, "It's webbing season, it's webbing season." Then, oh, you were here last year. I know.
What?
It's a person named Ariel. A simplex young pegacat, who was also a rare vampire, killed Bugs Bunny with a rusty spoon. The young man began performing sadistic sexual acts on the lifeless body, slowly licking the serous fluid from the dead bunny's corneas, chanting a demonic chant to necrophilia with an insipid expression on his face. This got dark really fast. From a flaming circle, A demon from the deepest pits of hell was summoned by the heinous act. There is no hope beyond despair. The demon proceeded to possess and raise those he killed. They were like zombies, but not, because they aren't zombies. My mom taught me how to know a zombie from a not zombie, and these were the not ones. I was sure these zombies were actually Hillary Clinton, Trump, and the Zodiac Killer one. There was work to be done. Pulling out my iPod, I began playing Never Gonna Give You Up. I took the not zombie to Washington, D.C. to kill the president. And then they all died.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming. Actually, should I read one more just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to put my MP3 player on random, and whatever pops up is the music we'll go with. Okay. This doesn't fit at all, but sure. This is called Zelda Beat Up Link. And this is the note we're going to end on. I was finally able to get my hands on an N64. I remember all the great times I had with it back in the days. And I finally found one with 2 controllers, 6 games, console, for $10. The strange thing was, the kid who sold it to me had about 5 other people trying to buy it at his garage sale, but he only sold it to me. The game I was most excited for was Ocarina of Time. I had never beat it as a child, but I would now. I loaded up my system, booted it up, and inserted the OOT cartridge. It was a gold one, so I was eager to do all the glitches. But at the title screen, Ipana went faster than all the walkthroughs I saw. Figuring it was just my imagination, I made a new file labeled Link! Sorry, Counselor. I went through the game, beating the Deku Tree. But when I tried to leave, the same kid who was there before wasn't gone. I tried to talk to him. Sorry, I just swallowed my vowel because they did too. But he said, "I hate you, Link!" instead of warning me not to leave. We're wrapping up.
Dude, fucking rip it up, bro.
I got freaked out because that doesn't happen in the game. But what was more freaky was that he kicked Link in the balls, knocking him down. He actually kicked his penis. He started kicking Link, beating him up until he bled. I cannot describe the terror I felt. This was happening on my N64. Link was transported to Death Mountain, and for some reason, Soraya was there, and she threw Link down onto a rolling rock. I was about to turn off my system, but I couldn't. All the bosses were where Link was on the ground. He got up, looked around, and it sounded like this. The boss lunged at him, actually tearing him to shreds, but not literally. But when the death music played, everything was normal. Soraya came, and she had a match lit. She dropped it onto Link's unconscious body, and it burned. "Piece of shit," she said. That is not how Soraya's song goes. She looked at the screen and said, "You've met a terrible fate, haven't you?" And my system literally exploded! Thank you for coming.